Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be all about what are the best neighborhoods for young professionals in Philadelphia. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I'm Gregory here, your local real estate expert here in the greater Philadelphia area. Got you covered in the city and out of the city, in the suburbs. We got you covered in Jersey too. Give us a call or shoot us a text. Hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification so you can be alerted to all the great videos that we put out. You have an interest in something we're doing, make a comment. You want us to focus on a special area, let us know. We'll be happy to do that too. We do work nights and weekends and we're here to help. I'm glad to do it. So today we're talking about some great neighborhoods to live in Philadelphia for young professionals. Where should you live if you're a young professional? Let's get started. All right, so we picked out 3 great neighborhoods today to talk about briefly, and in no particular order. Coming in at number 3 or number 1, is it? We'll count backwards. It's more dramatic. So number 3 is Old City. Got about 7,000 people living in Old City section of Philadelphia. It's not called Old City for a reason. It's one of the oldest parts of Philadelphia and has the oldest street in Philadelphia in it as well. The average price point for property there is right around $450,000. So why is it so great for young professionals? Well, you've got a ton of opportunity in Old City. You're really close to Center City, and it's really a thriving part of the city, but it's still very calm and safe. There are a ton of young people living there, a ton of old people living there too. You have to walk a little bit further to get to a playground as an example, maybe to Northern Liberties. So it's not perfect for families, but you could, within a certain amount of time, get into a walkable distance of a local playground. Tons of activities and tons of walkable things for young people as well. As far as young professionals, there's great food and great nightlife there in Old City. You're close to a ton of great different restaurants, so you could literally have a different meal every day during the week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and walk to it. It's a thriving nightlife, so things do get, or I should say things stay a little bit loud to the wee hours of the morning, which is better for younger folks that want to stay up that late and are making those certain noises. There's also a chain of really great independent movie theaters called the Ritz Theaters. Parking does seem to be a problem, but you're paying a premium for that. So if you're paying for the fact that you won't need your car necessarily, you could walk, you could use public transit. They do have a thriving nightlife. There are also some really great museums in this area. You've got to check out our video that we did on Old City. We'll put the link below there. Some negatives about the area, like I mentioned, is parking. It is a problem. There are some homeless around as well too, but they really don't bother anybody, and they're really part of the community too. There's a relatively low crime rate. It gets a solid B on the crime scale. There's a lot of petty stuff and some break-ins and so forth, but nothing major. No major crimes like assault or anything violent. But all in all, Old City has a best bang for your buck. Great price point for properties, lots of walkability, great nightlife, not a ton of families in the area, although there's some great families in this city and in that part of the city. Some cool museums, check out some independent theaters. Definitely makes our list of the top 3 of best places for young professionals. All right, moving right along to number 2. We got Washington Square West. That's right, it's part of Center City. It's actually 3 neighborhoods in one. Washington Square West, got about 12,000 people living there. An average price point right around $500,000, but a super great vibrant nightlife, tons of walkability. You're really close to major arteries, so again, you don't need your car to walk to work or necessarily walk to grocery. You wouldn't need to hop in your car, I should say, and drive to work or drive to the grocery. Everything is walkable. You got grocery, you got convenience stores, you got tons of food opportunities, really a variety of different places to eat and drink. We got dive bars, and we got really nice fancy bars too as well, depending on what your fancy is. Washington Square West is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Philadelphia. It's so diverse, and it really has a lot going on. Decent price point on houses, really well kept part of the city, just a great spot for young professionals. So the 3 neighborhoods that make up Washington Square West is Washington Square, obviously. You got Midtown, and you got the neighborhood. A couple of the negatives in the area, that things are a little more pricey there, absolutely, but you get what you pay for. You pay the premium for what you want. You're paying a premium for housing, but $500,000 to be in Center City is a great price point. Again, that's the average. We can get you something in that $250,000 range or lower, or get you some luxury in that higher spot. Check out our website or shoot us a text. We'll be glad to send you some stuff. But also check out that Old City video and our Center City video. That'll show you some of the great options as well. Parking is also a problem there. Always seems like parking is a problem if you're heading in from out of town, but it's really not a problem if you're living there. There's always parking around, and you may be within a block or two of where you live. You can always find a spot. It just might not be right outside your front door. Besides all the great food options and the great restaurants, they've got Antiques Row and Jewelers Row in Washington Square West. Really busy, fun part of the city. Being so busy though, there is a lot of traffic. There's pedestrian traffic and automobile traffic and bicycle traffic, but they got that situated. There are pedestrian crossings, there are bicycle lanes as well. But Washington Square West definitely comes in one of our top choices here. Number 2 in this particular list for the best places to live for young professionals in Philadelphia. All right, rounding out our list here at number 1. We did the top 3. Well, we picked out 3 really great ones. There are a ton of other ones, and we'll do some other videos, but Queens Village comes in at number 1 today. Queen Village. Awesome part of the city. Really close to great shopping. Got about 8,000 people living here. Got a solid B on the crime scale. Not a lot going on. Petty stuff again happening. Average price point right in that $470,000 range. We can get you a ton of options lower than that, much lower than that, and a ton of options higher and much higher than that. It really is one of the most prettiest parts of the city as well. So due to its proximity of South Street, makes it really cool and fun for young professionals. A ton of job opportunities. You're close enough to Center City, but you're also far enough outside of the city to check out some of the other spots. You can walk right along the riverfront. You can grab a quick cab, or you could drive there as well, but parking is a problem because you're near South Street and generally in the city. So if you're looking to drive around and live in Queen Village, it may not be your best option, but walkable's number 1, and you wouldn't really need your car for any reason because you got all these great spots to walk to for fun, for drink, for food, for a little relaxation. Transportation is definitely not an issue here. SEPTA's got 3 routes that run through there. Check out our video on SEPTA, but it's the local transportation. Of course, you could grab an Uber, grab a Lyft. You can give me a call. We'll give you a ride if you wanted. It's also really close to I-95, which makes it really great if you're commuting maybe outside of the city. A sweet spot for fun, to live, and if you have to commute outside of the city, it gets you easily outside. You're also right near Columbus Boulevard, which is great for shopping. Again, walkable. Queen Village coming in at number 1. There are also several playgrounds and several gardens in Queen Village, which makes it a really cool spot. Maybe you have a dog, or you want to walk your dog, or maybe you just want a little break from the city life. You can take a quick little stroll. You'd be at one of the several playgrounds and several parks that are around. So you're really close to the Italian market too. So it brings in a lot of out-of-towners. So you do have a lot of non-locals visiting, especially on the weekends and at night, but that's okay. It's part of the great living there. There's really a cool blend in Queen Village of businesses and residences. So you could really live and work in the same spot and really have a good experience living and working right in Queen Village. That's what brings it in at number 1 for young professionals. If you're a young professional, you have other questions, hit us up. Maybe shoot me a text, send me an email, give me a call, send me a fax. I guess the young people don't do faxes. You may not even know what a fax machine is. But we're happy to help and glad to do it. I'm Gregory Martyr, your local real estate expert here in Philadelphia. And outside of the city, we got you covered in the suburbs too. Anywhere in the great United States of America, we got you covered for all your real estate and all your information needs. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.